What's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me today. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button because that's the most important thing you can do for me on this channel. What it does, that helps to make sure that those who are subscribed to the channel will indeed get their notifications, and it also helps to push this video through the YouTube algorithm as well. Secondly, if you're new to the channel, or maybe you've been ghost watching this channel for quite some time now, please do me a favor and yourself a favor by hitting the subscribe button as well as the bell notification next to the subscribe button so you could be notified whenever I release a new video. And lastly, please make sure you share this video out on your social media platforms to your family and friends to inform them on this news and information. And yes, that does help to give me a slight boost in the YouTube algorithm as well. And with the introduction out of the way, let's get into today's news. And today we are headed to ABC Studios because it appears after the debacle, the 3-on-1 debate between Kamala Harris, ABC moderators, and Donald Trump, it looks like now ABC is experiencing some rating issues as they're seeing ratings decline coming off of the 3-on-1 debate. And it looks like things are getting so serious that we even have now on ABC, they're attempting to fact check Kamala Harris after the fact. Now that it's too little too late to apologize, it's too little too late to fact check. If you're going to be fact checking Donald Trump during the debate, you should have been fact checking Kamala Harris. But now all of a sudden, when there's a ratings dip and they're scared that their bottom line and their pockets are getting ready to get hit, now all of a sudden they want to present themselves as being fair and unbiased, but it is too little too late for that. Now the American people sees right through the foolishness of ABC. But let's get into this clip right here very quick, and let's just watch them attempt to now want to hold Kamala Harris accountable and hold her feet to the fire as it pertains to fact checking.
I want to ask you about her comments about the military. She said during the debate this about the U.S. military. Let's listen.
As of today, there is not one member of the United States military who is in active duty in a combat zone in any war zone around the world, the first time this century.
Our fact checkers found that to be false, and I have a lot of experience in that area as well. There are currently 900 U.S. military personnel in Syria, 2,500 U.S. troops in Iraq. All have been under regular threat from drones and missiles for months. We also have action in the Red Sea. We also, every single day, the Navy SEALs, Delta Forces, special operators can be part of any sort of deadly raid. So why would she make that claim?
Because you all allow her to make that claim. You all agreed on letting her say whatever she wants, lie as much as she wants to, and that we're only going to hold Trump accountable, but not Kamala Harris. Even though some of the things that Trump was fact-checked on was actually not true, they weren't facts as it pertains to Kamala Harris. There were multiple times and opportunities in which they could have corrected Kamala Harris on something this simple and this easy, and they deliberately and intentionally chose not to, and now it's backfiring on ABC. But let's listen to the DNC excuses, though. Let's listen to the excuse that they come up with for why Kamala Harris lied in the middle of the debate.
Well, I think what's important here, Martha, is that Kamala Harris, in contrast to Donald Trump, demonstrated herself to be commander-in-chief.
So she's already not answering the question, but that's to be expected. It's the DNC.
We are in a world where there are all sorts of conflicts, and it's all the more reason we need somebody who's serious and who supports the military. And just remember,
but Governor, excuse me, but she said there is not one member of the United States military who is in active duty in a combat zone. That is not true. You say she demonstrated her ability to be commander-in-chief, but did she not know about these people in Syria and Iraq? Why would she say that?
Look, that was a comment. That was a comment in a debate. I think the point that she was trying to make was a broader point. And of course, we have military in place all around this country.
Yeah, it's too little too late for all that. It's too little too late for all that, because as we discussed earlier today, even in a new round of post-debate polling that has come out as reported by CNN, Kamala Harris's support in the polling hasn't gone up an iota. Nothing has happened from the post-debate, and nothing has happened as it pertains to a bump in polling even coming off of the DNC convention. The reality is that Kamala Harris has hit her ceiling, and there's nowhere else to go from here but down, if we're being honest. It would take a major fumble and a major gaffe from Donald Trump at this point for her to have any type of momentum at all that would have her elevate in the poll. If I remember correctly from the CNN reporting that we covered earlier this morning, national polling on average overall, all the national polling combined, has her up only 2.5 points, which is not enough to beat Donald Trump in an election if he continues to outperform the polls as he historically does. And as it pertains to battleground states, Kamala Harris is only up 0.3 points percent, 0.3 points. I repeat, in the 7 battleground states that are highly coveted and extremely important, overall, she's only up 0.3 points. Once again, that is far from enough to beat Donald Trump in an election. So we'll see how that pans out moving forward. But let's get into the low ratings with ABC. Let's see the immediate backlash concerning how ABC essentially rigged the debate and how the people have in turn responded to it. Let's get into this article here titled ABC's David Muir sees newscast ratings tank after his controversial debate moderating. Let's get into it. ABC's World News Tonight anchor, David Muir, may have driven away some viewers after the Disney-owned network urged conservatives during last week's presidential debate. Muir and co-moderator Linsey Davis fact-checked former President Donald Trump 5 times without ever correcting Vice President Harris, promoting a plethora of conservatives to suggest the debate wasn't fair. Susan B. Anthony, Pro-Life America, even called for a correction after Davis made an abortion claim made during the debate on one of the fact checks on Trump that the group said was 100% inaccurate. Muir's World News Tonight averaged 6.7 million viewers on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the 3 episodes following the debate, after averaging 7.6 million in 2024 leading up to the debate. So that is a 12% decline immediately after the debate. A 12% decline after that debacle. Now, for those of you who may have missed it, because this information did come out after the fact too, but I'll inform you about it here. As it pertains to Davis, the female moderator, who is Kamala Harris's sorority sister, aka Ski Wee, Pinky Fingers in the Air, Davis admitted in a post-debate interview that her fact-checking of Trump was influenced by the CNN debate that went disastrously for President Joe Biden in June. People were concerned that statements were allowed to just hang and not be disputed by the candidate Biden at the time or the moderators, Davis told the Los Angeles Times last week. Davis is literally admitting that she was out for revenge. She's literally admitting in this interview to the Los Angeles Times that she and David Muir were out for revenge because of how badly and how disastrously the debate went for Joe Biden and the fact that Biden couldn't hang with Donald Trump. They're literally admitting right here that since it went so bad for Biden and Biden couldn't hang with Trump, and if we know anything about Kamala Harris, unscripted, Kamala Harris definitely will not be able to hang with Donald Trump. We have to step in and intervene because we cannot allow what happened to Biden to happen to Harris. They're literally admitting it to you right there in plain sight. So it's no wonder that we see the ratings dropping, and it's no wonder that we see zero improvement in Kamala Harris's polling. The people see right through it, and not only do the people see right through it, they're literally admitting their deceitful ways and their deceitful intentions in real time. So with all that being said, that does it for today's news. I want to thank you all for joining me today. Please hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Share this video out on your social media platforms to your family and friends. And also don't forget to follow me on Telegram and Rumble. That is extremely important that you do that. Follow me on Telegram and Rumble at TD Media Group. The links to both my Telegram and Rumble account will be in the description box below and pinned in the comment section as well. Thank you all for your time, and until the next video, peace and have a great afternoon.